It's the Tiger Sports Live Breakdown Podcast brought to you by Crossbuck Construction Company. Now, here's your hosts, Scott Barrett and Brian Babcock.
Week 14 coming off a big win against Genoa for another regional title. I think this is going to be Liberty Center's 11th Final Four against a team that's never been there. Welcome to the Crossbuck Construction Nate Lighty special, the podcast Week 14, state semifinal, Final Four. Good to see the Babcock boys. Always enjoy the Babcock brothers, Jeremy and Jiggs. I always forget, your last season was 2002?
2000.
Okay, 2000. Your last football season.
Correct.
Then you graduated in one.
Correct.
I'm always a year off every
Yeah.
day on time.
Mm-hmm.
Good to have you guys back. Jeremy's done a fabulous job as him and Spike as our game callers, and Jiggs an analyst, and I've taken a couple weeks off, enjoying being a dad. I might go back to being off because I like being a dad. And it's been hard and good, and some hard things and some great things. But when you guys would be a dad or a father of a daughter who might go to a regional, like my daughter got to go to regional, it's sometimes better not to call it, because you just who knows what you might say.
I know what you mean.
I got a lot of things to say, and it doesn't need to be on air. We already got one of those guys that will say anything on air, and it's not me. And I almost want to sometimes, but it's been enjoyable and great to see Jesse Miller. He's missing tonight, but certainly a tremendous happy Thanksgiving to everybody in our listening audience. The following we have on our games guys and the podcast and Beyond the 50 stuff's been phenomenal.
Another Thanksgiving Day football practice.
Constant. It's just all the time. It's all the time. It's like these guys know the routines, and Indian Lake doesn't know that routine. And it's probably fun too.
Yeah.
Our first one, I can't hardly have to think all the way back to '93 was our first one, maybe. Good grief. But anyway, first up is the review of the regional final. I've got a lot of notes on that, but I just kind of started thinking, statistically, the papers can cover all the statistics. I mean, you pick up the Signal, the Crescent, the Blade, and you can get all the numbers, the rushing yardage, and all the stuff that it's easy to read. But I think what's more important are the players and some of the plays that I thought we put up against Genoa. And that Genoa team was good. Like, they were hanging around top three all year, all season long. I think they finished, 2 or 3 in final AP?
I think, 3.
3. I mean, right in there. Top 5 all year. This was a good Genoa football team. Well coached. And we just put them in jail. It was complete jail. There wasn't, you watch that game, and you and I called that, Jiggs, and I'm one of these guys that I'm like Nick Miller. I'm just sandbagging all the time, like, here it comes, here it comes. There was nothing coming. Right. It was just we can sit here and talk. We're going to talk about all these offensive plays and players and all the stuff, 38 points and all the distribution and all those things that, Kate Kreinbrinks and all that stuff is just really cool, and that's great. But what this defense is doing is I don't know that we can say this. I mean, 85 Bears defense. You had no idea what that was, but no one scored anything. No one won anything. They just obliterated everything, and that's what this defense is doing. We had some extremely great performances against Genoa that I know there's been it's hard, even BSN. These guys are putting stuff out there on Deegan Swigert's game.
Yeah.
Like, how many was it BSN or whatever?
BCSN.
The BCSN, just highlight films of number 57. We just got to put him his own deal. Like, I got that on my feed. I'm like, everybody saw that. And we obviously were missing a great nose tackle, with injury, but who's been an all-league, all-district player all year long. Dippy's been remarkable. But the performance we got out of him, out of Deegan Swigert.
Ooh.
What in the word? I mean, not that where did that come from? It's just, let's talk about rushing the passer, sacks, tackles for loss, fumble recoveries. Wherever the ball was, he was. Not an offensive lineman, guard, center could handle Deegan Swigert last week.
Yeah, he was just running
Superman.
wild. He was running wild in the backfield. I mean, it was a snap, and then
57.
It's like within a second he's back there, and he's ready to just either blow up the quarterback or get the running back.
And Cifuentes has been off the chart. Like, you can't block the guy.
He has.
Yeah.
He's had an outstanding
unbelievable.
year.
And we're thinking, oh, my God, we're going to miss
Right.
Logan Cifuentes. We're going to miss this guy. What are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because didn't Swigert get hurt against Archibald?
he did.
Like, got his head blown off or something? Like,
Yeah.
literally, his
And he was
helmet blew
out.
off of his
Yes.
head. He
Yeah.
didn't get off the field.
Right.
And that might be pound for pound the toughest guy in the last decade to play. I mean, that's how
Reminds me of Tyler Lay a little bit.
Tyler
Kinda
Lay
that same
was
mold.
bad.
Kinda-
Tyler
yeah.
Lay, pretty good. Pocket Hercules. But you also had Toby Lay way back when. Nasty.
Yeah, he was.
And I can just go down the line. I mean, I talked about Joel Zimmerman. Joel Zimmerman, 87.
Yeah.
Just bitter, nasty, gunfight type guys. That's Deegan Swigert. He was out. He looked like he hadn't played all year, like he
I
was
know.
fresh
He
and
was.
ready to go. How good was that performance? How
Yeah.
good was that?
Did he play 2 weeks ago?
He did not play against.
He did not.
Liberty
Liberty
Okay.
Benton.
See, I think that's where.
Well, actually, he did. He did play against Liberty Bend, didn't he? He had a sack late, correct?
Yeah,
Right, it
he
was
did.
Oak Harbor.
Oak Harbor, he did
He was
not
Yeah,
out.
so he did play
Correct.
the last 2
Because
weeks.
I told Nick, I'm like, man, that little foreshadowing, because he kind of ran that kid on. He kind of ran that guy down like a dog.
Yeah.
Number 2, that great quarter, he ran him down.
Right.
I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I
like
think
that.
it was just the stars aligned for Schweigert. I mean, whether it was just a good matchup, whether he was just feeling so good he just couldn't even stand it. The time off. What maybe, the body was just 110%, and just the stars aligned. And holy cats, what a game! What an effort!
He was. What I thought was interesting is brings you a different dimension. Dippy, more of that guy you just cannot move.
Yeah.
Just takes on blockers and just
Eats them
solidifies
all.
the
Nobody
middle.
moves
Yeah.
him.
Schweigert a little bit more quick.
He was quicker,
right?
and he was swimming before the guy
you
took
see
the
that?
first
I
step.
think he was
Yeah.
just
The
he was
pass
owning
rushing move,
that center.
There was
Yeah.
no adjustment. I mean, he just
Yep.
kept winning on the swim, and
Yeah.
the arm unders, and just right off the snap. Jeremy
Yes.
I went back and watched that film, and I was like, gosh, he just got off those snaps so quickly and hit those moves.
Yeah.
Half man, that center was behind him
Yeah.
on a lot of snaps.
Yeah.
And wherever the ball was, he was. Whether the quarterback was trying to set up for a pass, and then the pocket breaks down, and 57 he was just
And that's
there.
He had the
Yeah.
stats, but he made a lot of other plays. He was pressuring that quarterback. That
Yep.
quarterback could not set up in the pocket. He was fleeing. That's why he kept rolling out to the right, because Schweigert was pushing that inside. He'd get around that center, and that quarterback just saw him, and he had to flee, get out of the pocket.
His old man, I coach his old man. He was a bad dude too. Similar, he's the one of these take the helmet off, headbutt guys, and just he wanted that WWF razor blade gore, boom, and just he wanted it. Like put your helmet back on.
Butler days.
I mean,
Yes.
he's another loose cannon guy. Just
Yeah.
Chris Butler.
Chris.
about a couple screws loose of a solder's piece of furniture.
That
and
butt, no helmet.
now,
yeah.
I would see that was then, and this is now. He plays like an absolute. He's actually got some football IQ about him too. He's not just like
Sure.
barbarian. He's thinking through. He's a thinking man's nose guard. He can't be. He's not that big.
Right.
He's strong. He's stronger than most people, but
Yeah.
like Lay, he really had to win with some leverage and some speed. But his technique was
Yeah.
off the chart.
I wonder
Deegan
if
Swigert, off
if
the
he
chart.
was timing up some snaps or two with
It
that.
looked
with
like
that
all of
cadence,
that.
too.
with the
It
cadence.
just looked. That's a
because
great one.
he was beating the center at his own game.
Oh, yeah.
And the center knew when the ball was getting snapped, and he didn't, and he still beat it.
I mean, how many times have we there's Deegan Swigert? There's a fumble. There's Deegan Swigert.
I think I said
Another
guess
sack.
who like
Well,
4
Deegan
times.
Swigert.
He had 7 tackles, 2 sacks, got on the fumble, and that's not when he was just pressuring the quarterback, getting out of the pocket, and I mean he was.
And we were
all
subbing
over
early
the
in the
place.
third quarter.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
All that work got done in about 2 quarters and 2 series.
That's right.
That was as impressive of a performance from a senior I have seen in recent memory. Hats off to Deegan Swigert. He was an award winner Friday. I'd give that award daily for that performance. That was
Yep.
awesome. And I look forward to getting Logan Cifuentes back. Trust me. But boy, your number 2 guy there is, I don't know. Is he like 1B? I don't know.
Hey, but you
Jigs.
might have to say, okay, we're gonna have to go to 4-man line. We cannot afford to
Wait,
keep
yeah.
Schweigert and
I don't know,
Cifuentes on the
man.
bench.
I
Get
don't
them in there.
I don't know. I said to Nick,
Take a sniper out. Let's just go. No, I don't.
Todd
But
Spangler, Brad High.
that depth is great. It's just so good.
Well,
to
there
have.
was week 13, right? And that guy
Yeah.
just comes not from nowhere. He was always a good player. You're not going to say just showed up. He's been playing well all year. Matter of fact, he solidified that right guard position with Fitzenreiter and Navarre really nicely. That was a big question in the preseason. those questions have been answered. But what a phenomenal performance by Deegan Swiger. I'm sorry. I'm emotional about Max Walker. I just can't. You cannot quantify how important of a person and a player that he is to this football team. He is a first team All-Ohio 3 phases of the game. He is a first team All-Ohio kicker, man. This guy wins games punting and kicking.
Mm-hmm.
He is an elite guard. Elite in the pantheon of guards.
Yeah.
And, you guys all play. Guards are one of our most important players. They're more important than the quarterback. I mean, you could say that many years. And what does he do for you on defense? 10 tackles, 5 solos.
The anchor. The absolute
all of
anchor.
it. And the right reads. I think in the background I heard Eric Weimer, who's an all-time elite top 5 great, says that he might be better than 19, last year's Mike, who was a very good player. I don't know if I can say that. I don't know. I got to think through all that a little bit. I got to think about that. But he might be, Jigs. I mean, how good was that performance? See, Deegan Swiger is here, and you're 0, and you st 50 down there just eating. There was nothing. If anything got by those with Weimer and Spangler and
Schweiger,
anything got by those guys, Sawyer, Bockelman. It was right there. He did not miss anything.
Yeah, and him in the pass game. I mean, that's what's been so impressive to me.
Well, the pick against Liberty Benton turned that whole thing around.
He had the big hit pick, and then again last week, Magnome comes across on a slant. He has a big stick on him, and he's just right there in the middle. I've never seen a middle linebacker get into the pass game the way that he does. It's like he sees it, reads it, and there's no missteps, there's no bad angles. He's just right to the football, meeting the receiver a lot of times. And when you have the defensive line playing the way that they are, and then you got number 50 in the middle with Lonzak and Cruz and then Barrett coming in. I mean, that front 7 is just. What are you supposed to do with that? What are you supposed to do?
5 guys, 5 offensive linemen struggle
with
to
3.
handle 3 of them.
They do,
and I think you can say that's going to happen if this week happens the way. I mean, I think this team we're going to play Indian Lake's going to provide all kinds of unique challenges. I don't think they have an answer for those 3 dudes, and I don't know that Mooney or Wheelersburg they may have answers, but not for those 3 dudes. And then 50 sitting there. And we haven't even talked about the best athletes on the team yet. We haven't talked about the Sam and the Will yet, 30 and 18.
Right.
We're talking about number 50 all season long. And if you go back and you say, okay, what a great season, and you just kind of go back from the beginning and you restart the whole thing, it starts with number 50. And last week I think 50 just exclamation pointed how important of a player he is. He's my state Division 5 player, defensively of the year. He is a walk away, my vote. I don't know. The district defensive player of the year, not close, and I think Thomas won it, which was great. Not close for me. If you're watching 50, that's not close, Jeremy. I don't know what you saw, but I'm seeing the best defensive football player in Division 5, at least in that front 7, in the front 7 part of it.
Yeah, I said before I don't know Max Walker, and I'm not in the locker room. I don't see his leadership qualities, but it appears to me that he is a leader. He leads by example. You hear him talk a little bit on highlights. I watch videos and stuff, being a vocal leader. But it seems to me that kind of, as we go as he goes. And he just is just a phenomenal player. He's nasty, too.
The way he lays,
he is just
licks
so
on people.
Physical.
The helmet, he puts it right on the ball.
And I've never even seen the guy get banged up. I mean, maybe he has. He doesn't play. I don't see him limp. I don't see him come off like, oh, my shoulder hurts. He's just he's smacking people.
Every snap.
Constant contact. That's right. Guard and linebacker. There's not a play you don't hit somebody.
And how many times did you see him wipe people up on special teams?
Yeah.
He squares dudes up. Like the first wave goes down and does their thing, and he just kind of tick, tick, tick.
And then you're like, and then, you get a 45-yarder, and Max Walker comes out to kick, and everybody who's ever watched football is like, is that guy your kicker?
43 yards.
I mean, kickers are like, 5'5", 140 pounds, and here comes big old thick.
And it looks
meaty
good off
Max
of his
Walker,
foot. Looks
and
good
he-
off of his foot.
and it's good. It's good. The guy's unbelievable.
Last year in the state final,
Yeah.
he wins the Archbold game single-handedly as a young person. I'm telling you right now, I was there. He punted him into jail all night. Listen, this defensive line is ridiculous. It's embarrassingly ridiculous. You get their best big run athletes of the Mike and Sam. I mean, of the Sam and Will. And then you got a coach on the field, Casey Extension in the back end. Like, how balanced is that defense, Jigs? And you were
Yeah.
that guy. You
Yeah.
played that in college. Thomas is sitting back there. He's Casey. I mean, you got high IQ. You got just guts corner guys. The snipers, seniors, straight up playing like seniors.
Yeah.
Best athletes here. I think the defensive player of the year, and I just give him every award I could find, number 50 in the middle. And then the defense. Where's the weak spot at, Jigs? Give me, where's it at?
Yeah. Well,
Inside sniper 6? I mean, where are we talking about? I don't find him anywhere.
There's really not, and that's why when you watch film of these opposing teams, I've got to the point where I'm like, okay, I got to look for a guy that can go.
Here's
and,
us. Let's find us. So can we find us and our opponent? Let's do that.
Yeah.
Well, and we haven't. I have not found that yet.
As a unit, too. Like, I see one or two guys.
Right.
Well, there might be a Spangler. That might be a
Yeah.
Walker. Well, back there, that might be Thomas Moeller. But not 11 dudes.
But not the whole group.
Yeah.
That's right. And Ethan Gray and Baden Hopper playing
They
outstanding
never.
corners.
We don't talk
Mason
about them.
Smith's played really
Yes,
well.
he has.
Sonnenberg had a pick last week. He's playing well. Snipers. You got JT coming in at Isaac Orr.
Senior
So
snipers.
just the depth. There's just no fall off there, and there's nothing easy. There's nothing easy with this defense. You got to earn everything.
Yeah, in the same way in baseball, when a really good hitter, if you got one really good hitter, you can pitch around them. But other good hitters protect that good hitter. And we got the line, really good line protecting the really good linebackers, protecting the really good DBs. There's nobody to pitch around. There's nobody to scheme around.
Right.
It must be an absolute nightmare watching this film and going, well, what do you guys think about where's their week spot? What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
You want to attack the guy
Yeah.
going to Ohio State?
Right.
Maybe we'll go after Swigert. He isn't very good. He's just a backup. Wrong answer. The play caller at Genoa, who's a good friend of mine, who's super smart, runs their offensive line. A lot of times offensive line coaches really make excellent offensive coordinators because they're just run game coordinated. They understand the offensive line movements and all the pass pros and all those things. He's like, your program is just a big fat lie. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, where's the 5'9" corner at? There's no 5'9" guys out there we can go to with Matt. Was it Magnone?
Yeah.
I never got
Yeah.
that name right now. Jason Jackson, Jag Core. I don't know. D1 player, stud.
Yeah.
Just erased.
Yeah.
And he's
that's right.
gigantic. He was big.
He was.
And our corners aren't a sniper. We had a big sniper. I think Sonnenberg, too, is – I love Sonnenberg, but I love them all. But our corners have just erased their top receivers, man.
They have.
Isn't that amazing?
Well, that's kind of what's happening, too, is teams come in, they want to run the ball. They find out within the first two possessions that we're not going to run the ball.
You always say that. Like,
So then
okay,
it's like,
okay,
let's go back and throw it 30 times.
Right.
I dare you. You're going to throw it into traffic.
You
You're
called
going to
the
get pressure.
quarterback. Did you
He
remember
did.
that?
Yeah.
He's going to throw some about 2 or 3
I said,
tonight.
I'm like over under
uh-oh.
3.
And you got it.
Well,
you nailed
yeah,
it.
'cause
Too early.
You just can't continue to put that pressure on a quarterback because we cover so well on the back end. The windows are so tight.
And you're
There's
moving
no one open.
That Spangler and Weimer are moving you around. Like you're
Exactly.
looking. You get up there like. Like you just like then you got the little guy in the middle just boom.
And then you're stepping up because you got
Moving
this
around,
outside pressure,
moving around.
and then you got Cifuentes or you got Schweigert coming right up the middle, and then you got number 50 waiting on you in case you want to scramble.
I've seen
Good luck with that.
this DB crew just improve so much
Oh,
throughout this year.
Well
too.
coached too. I mean, there's just
Oh man, they early in the year like they would give up some stuff, and they would be like they'd be there but be a step behind, and now it's like they're anticipating in front making plays.
we love
It's
Grady
great.
Miller.
yeah.
If I could
He's
take
great.
take a lifetime lockdown corner, and Jesse could be here or not, I'd take Grady Miller. And we love Cammy. You love Cam Colley. You couldn't get
man.
enough of Cam Colley.
Yeah.
Just reads and just the way he jump routes.
Yep.
So we said that. How do you
I know.
do? two elite corners who eliminated D1 players. Kid from Napoleon's over there starting at Kent State.
Absolute
Grady's
elimination.
gone.
Yeah.
Like, where'd that guy go? He made one elite play.
Yeah.
So you go from those two guys, and we're recency bias. There's DBs in your era, my era. Shannon Weimer was an elite DB. Jeff Jurasics was an elite DB. But the recency bias we talk about, and we knew that Ethan Gray had elite athleticism, but man, he's coming off this weird hip deal. We couldn't solve that.
Right.
He had a great basketball season, but it was 2 steps slow because of the hip thing. What are we going to get out of him? I don't know.
We didn't know.
And then we saw Isaiah Badenhop on the basketball floor. Love his grittiness and toughness, and obviously didn't look all that great early, but you could see it coming by the time of the end. Get to the regional, and Isaiah's handling the rock. We get a couple dudes there,
and he's a sophomore,
and they're playing it, and their speed and they're good tacklers, Jigs.
Yeah,
talk about their tackling in open space. I think Ethan Gray's a wonderful tackler.
Well, they've been leading the team almost the last several weeks.
Against these spread
because
teams want to throw it around.
That's right, and they don't miss many tackles. They get guys to the ground. I like Foster coming in too. Man, he comes in, and part of me is like,
Eastwood
man,
early? Somebody got hurt early, and he came in. Was it Eastwood or something? He made some plays, man, right away against a big.
Well, he's been doing that all year.
Yeah. Badenhop was out there for a game or two.
Yeah, it was Eastwood. It was Eastwood.
Yeah,
but even in the time that he comes in, so I think it's coaching. I think these guys are well coached. They're obviously practicing tackling in space and doing these things. You don't just go on Friday night and it starts to happen. These are things that you practice during the week, and you have to rep and rep and rep to get good. And and they got good speed. Our corners have good speed. We haven't seen a burner. We have not seen that yet. I think that may be potentially coming if we continue to win.
Yeah.
But man, they've played really well all year long.
The tackling has been not a surprise. It's just so good. Like, Ethan Gray likes to tackle. He's physical.
Yeah.
I mean, Isaiah Badenhop fears nobody. And I think the most unheralded group we have back there, those snipers, they're seniors. They're all old. Old crew, and I just think Sonnenberg is just a complete difference maker. You talk about how we're going to replace these guys, and we talk about those things, and Baxter's like, Dad, we've been talking about this every year. We go, it's how do you replace Bachman, and how do you replace Box, and I get it. But you get some guys that just bring, like this Sonnenberg just brings like a whole nother dimension of his character on the field like Max Walker does. He's just such a impact guy.
Yep.
Stabilizer, I guess is the word I would. You put him in a game, and you don't have to worry about that.
Right.
You put that guy in a game, Sonnenberg's that guy. Mason Smith's that guy.
Yeah.
You loved him at Otsego. You just like, this is a Mason Smith game, and you've been riding that all year. And what a great job by our staff to mix and match that talent against scheme.
That's right.
And boy, Mason's been a tremendous answer against certain schemes or players or plays. He had a phenomenal game Friday, and I think it's unheralded player all year long. No complaining, not a starter, comes in, 7 tackle game, answers the bell. Those senior snipers have been awesome.
Well, and you're right. I mean, that can be frustrating as a player.
For sure.
Where you're playing a lot one game, and then the next game, well, you're not playing as much because of matchup or whatever. So hats off to those senior snipers, all 4 of them, because they're all having a really good year, and there's really no drop off when the 28 comes in, or whether it's Smith or number 10, whoever. It does not matter. They're just solid tacklers. Got to be able to play in coverage, and they're doing both of those things really well.
Well, and they're veterans like Matt Painter at Purdue. He wins with a formula of having a 7-footer in the middle and a bunch of 5th-year seniors. He wants to be old. The NIL era makes these guys old. They stick around. They make all kinds of cash as a 5th-year senior. I love that. It used to be leave school early. Well, now they're staying and getting paid more than the G League in the NBA.
Yeah.
And Matt Painter's got a bunch of seniors that know the deal, run the team. That's kind of what those senior snipers have been. That's what the whole senior class has been, really.
Yeah.
They kind of run things. There's no question. But having those veterans, I think, matter even more than being a great player.
It does. And when it's an embarrassment of riches on this roster, it's really hard to get on the field. I mean, we got what? 1 sophomore playing and a few juniors, and as a senior, like the talent here is really good, as you can see from the results.
Deep.
It's hard to get on the field, and that's not a slight to anybody.
The competition they have in practice,
oh man,
and in 2-a-days, sometimes is better than what they see on Friday night.
Yeah. Oh, what 90% of the time.
I mean, no. I think
Yeah,
that
actually.
any good team, if it's Cardinal Mooney or
100%.
Wheelersburg or teams of the past, St. Henry now is on a bit of a roll. You've talked about your friend at
Yeah.
St. Henry. Marion Local's got 100 kids out. The competitive practices, the hunger
Yes.
to want to get on the field, drive.
Yes.
And here's the thing I love about the senior class too. There's no drama there. Like, no one's whining, no one's talking on social media, no one's in the locker room going, I wish I had more stats or more starts. And that's why Mason Smith's so good.
Right.
Yeah.
He just comes out of the bench and 6'4", 210 pounds, and
Yeah.
7 tackles and does his job.
Yep.
Yeah.
Casey talks about trust. How do you not trust that senior class? They might be the most trustable senior class he's ever had.
Yeah.
Now you may have best senior class and biggest senior class and smallest and the fastest. Trustable. 19 seniors, this team, trustable. Now you move on to the more elite performances. Deegan was elite, but you're talking about Jackson Lonzak. We've known about this dude, and he's had some numbers, little here, little there. That guy finally got the ball a bunch, and man, was that something else. Like, we were all, we weren't shocked, but we were in dismay. Like, could we have gotten him the ball 87 times this year and done damage everywhere? Like, and you're not going to question Casey and Ryan Miller,
Right.
and these guys have got the game call. They know more than Nick sat right here and said, "You guys don't know." Nick Miller was right. We don't know. We're just watching. How good was Jackson Lonzak? How good was that?
Well,
how good was that?
He started it off with the pick.
And you
and
see
then
the
you
pick
saw
now,
the
how
vision.
he contorted? He contorts to get he snatched that pick out of the air, raining down, hits it, and then all of a sudden
he kind of sees Eller, and there was nobody catching him. Just the breakaway. I would say, we talked about this a little bit off air, but with him and Gary on the outsides, you have two game breakers that we maybe have never seen at the same time at Liberty Center. I mean, I don't know, with the size,
speed,
the physicality and speed, when have you had two athletes like that to be able to go and do multiple things?
We spent 7 minutes on Max Walker. I could spend 14 on those two guys because the stuff they and out of pads, you just kind of want to take a picture. Like, look at that, look at this guy. You ever go to the locker room and look at those guys?
Yeah,
just big and fast and fit and just 6'2", and we just don't. This is an era we have more size than we've ever had. We used to have, John Downey was talking about before the Archbold game what made Liberty Center so great. And it wasn't. He says, he was telling me, and he said this on the radio. He's like, you think it was Rex Lindgren, and God bless him, he was awesome. It ain't Ron Rollins, it ain't Cliff Height, it ain't even Norm Decker, because he's a Hall of Famer around here. I mean, Norm Decker's got some great stories. It was Minor Kirshner, and his signature dude was this 5'7", $140, just gnaw off your ankle tendons, and just would fight you, just want to fight you physically. That was kind of our thing. Now other schools had their thing, but that was Minor Kirshner's thing. 1914, coached into the 50s. Hall of Famer. John Downey wrote the nomination for Minor Kirshner. He's like, you don't know Liberty Center football. You talk about it, but I'll tell you about Minor Kirshner. Like, I want to hear about Minor. I've heard this from my father-in-law, Dan Chambers.
Yeah.
I've heard this from Mr. Bowers. He played for him, like the 37 team. Like, you start hearing about Minor Kirshner, and you kind of know who we all. This is a different era.
Yeah.
The nutrition, the weight room. We've got families that have some size now, and this size we have with those two linebackers, they're 4'6", 4'7", 40 guys.
Yeah.
They're 275-pound bench guys. They're vertical jump guys. The pick that Jackson Lonzak had took all kinds of athleticism.
Right.
That wasn't some, what'd you call, frisbee? Some dudes are just
catching frisbees. That wasn't a frisbee. He went and got that one.
Snatcher. And then he turns it into a touchdown, and then he starts getting the ball on offense in different ways we haven't seen. And you said it, like, you turn the film on. Now we got 18 doing stuff, like other stuff other than running a route and catching a ball. He's coming in motion. He's getting the football in the backfield. He's catching balls. They're playing 12 yards off. Give that guy cushion. He catches it. That is a nightmare for people. You don't even know how big he is until you're up on that, and you're trying to get around that, and he's just slipping this and moving there. The touchdown, he hits gear number 4, jigs on the stretch touchdown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we might
corner comes into the legs, just no thanks.
Get off me.
And then he's gone. I mean, that's what him and Garrison on the outside do. When you match them up with safeties and corners, there's a lot of guys that want to dive at the ankles and do that. You can't. You got to get into the ankles and the knees, and you got to wrap. If you don't wrap these guys, they're gone. They're going to stiff arm you when they're gone. Same thing with the Garrison little swing pass. He had three guys.
Love it.
3 guys there, and it's just they just fall down and he's gone.
Bad matchup for those dudes.
So you see those two on the outside. I mean, you can just swing past them anytime.
You can.
Anytime. Put Lonzak in the slot. You got a safety playing 10 yards off. Get him the ball. He's going to get at least 7 every single time. And Kreinberg is putting it on. He was throwing it really well.
In the rain. Short passing game, which I love the short control passing game.
Doesn't have to be down the field.
It doesn't.
Not with the athletes that we have. It can be 15 yards in, and that's okay. He made a really nice one to Lonzak, kind of on that drag.
Yeah.
But, man, this offense just has guys all over the place.
It's an embarrassment of riches. I don't know why we hadn't seen maybe some of those swing passes to either Gary or Lonzak very much in the past. Well, I'll answer that question because we really haven't had to.
Wait, did you just ask yourself a question and answer it?
So I'm like I go through these scenarios.
This is the Jeremy Babcock.
I'm going through these scenarios. And I'm like, well, when you ask yourself, well, why haven't we done that to Lonzak all year? Well, it's because we did this over here and that worked really good.
Yeah.
So we haven't had to.
We have about 45 to 60 plays a game. That's all we got.
Yeah, and
that's right.
Then the first half's over and they're done.
Done.
So I don't know if this was we're saving this cat till the end, or we had this in the play, we were going to do this, but then we got up 27 to nothing, and then we just didn't run it.
Well,
so
and
either way, it doesn't matter. It all worked.
That was the answer too. Listen, teams are going to come in and they're going to take 30 to the best of their ability. 2 guys are going to just run at 30, and it wasn't one of Garrison's biggest statistical games. So what?
Yeah.
I think we've all said the same thing Mark said a couple weeks ago. His greatness opens the field up for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
The second tier, Baxter Barrett leads the team in rushing, and if he makes a catch in the middle of the field, that's another 17 yards. That's not. I mean, Baxter's a good football player, runs well, cuts well, sees it well, but it's all based. A lot of it is based upon. And of course, I think that's what's been Thomas's. Thomas is a good inside runner, man. He sees it too. He's tough. Yeah. He's tough. He's smart. But in Garrison Cruz it's almost like he spreads the floor for everybody else.
Yeah, he does. I mean, you have to choose when you're playing against the Center's offense. You got it.
Mike Vickers made
extra,
that choice.
You have to bring extra hats, and you're gonna risk one-on-one matchups somewhere, whether that's on the outside or tight end or the wing. That's why we're seeing some explosive plays on the outside from the tight end, from wing, Baxter and Liberty Benton. It just you can't cover it all when you want to have 7 or 8 in the box. You can't cover
well,
them
and
all.
you could make the argument that Garrison Cruz and Thomas Muller are as good in the pass game as they are in the run game. They're both excellent catchers of the ball.
Yeah.
They're both really good blockers. They're good complementary football players on offense. I mean, they're leaders on defense. They're playmakers on defense. But on offense, these guys are not just runners. You see those guys. Just give me the ball. Just give me Eric Dickerson. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Mm-hmm. And then you see guys say, I'm a really good blocker. It's what I want to do. Our wings, the Jimmy Spieths, the Chambers boys have been good wings. There's been a lot of good wings in our day. I remember Jimmy Spieth just being he's a beast, boy. Woo, 35 kick out. Ooh. Jimmy was bad, but those are those guys. These guys do all those things. You remember last year, wasn't Garrison Cruz a wing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever watch some of that?
Oh, yeah.
You ever watch some of that blocking?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just turn that back on at sophomore.
Yeah.
Below, I mean, he's like an M100, just blowing people up. Obviously Tom's had a good year rushing. Of course, we had 19. I love calling him just by his number because I just have so much respect for him. But Garrison Cruz is probably our best blocker, man.
Yeah.
The guy's just an unbelievable blocker. So those backs are so multidimensional. I don't know that you people, unless they watch it and break it down like we kind of do, have that appreciation. But I think Garrison Cruz, great game, certainly Jackson Lonzak. And then lastly, before we take a break and get into the final here, the state semifinal, Kate Kreinberg played it really well. Pouring the rain and put the ball on the money. Should have been 10 for 12 for about $1.60, 2 tutties, clean, no mistakes. Now then, we did have some snap issues, a little a little bit.
You got to clean that up.
That's something. If we get down to back
Right.
to Canton, that's a difference. Third and second and 13 against Wheelersburg, and that's not as easy as it was maybe last week. And we overcame those things, but straight up just getting snaps and throwing and reading and making accurate throws. I thought he had an outstanding night.
He did. He really did. Yeah, he was seeing the field well, and like we said, you don't have to throw the football down the field that much in this offense. It can be short passing game in the rain. When you have that short passing game, you can do that with weather. There can be wind and there can be rain, and it can still work. We're not fading guys up and chucking at 40, 50 yards. It's just not.
This is not the NFL.
That's not what we're doing.
The NFL.
Those are low percentage throws, and that's not part of this offense because this offense is way more efficient. And he's done a great job in it. And man, he was putting the ball on the money.
As we kind of exit here, I just felt like our coverage teams, the overall special teams were great. Two players in particular I thought played really well. I liked Isaac Orth. I think he's been so good all year. I think he gets so underrated. Of course, we talk about Murdoch, he's an absolute hitter.
He had a pick too.
There you go. But I just absolutely, and with the airplane block. Yeah,
that was a great. That's right.
I think I heard Casey talk about that. Like, you can't put your hands forward. You can do this all day long if they hit him in the back. And that was what he did. We've seen those airplane blocks. That's coached.
Yeah,
that is like third level football 400 coming out of that staff, because you don't see that a whole lot in film anybody else.
No, he could have absolutely.
And that was a touchdown block, bro.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
But his tackling, Isaac Orth's tackling, and there's that guy that you slip him into the wing, you slip him into the sniper, always right, doing it right. He had a great game on CO too. He had one of his best games. I like Baxter Barrett. I think that he's gotten away from trying to kill everybody.
Breaking
down.
Mm-hmm.
He's slipping that first block. I think he had 6 tackles. I think between him and Isaac and that whole group, I think the Spangler kid, I like the way he plays on that. The young Spangler kid, he's a good player. Go down the line. There's a lot of nice up-and-coming players that are going to be next year. But those two players I really thought were excellent players. I think Orth has been really good all year. Baxter started out like a house of fire and kind of went to sleep and got back at it. And those two guys, L1s and R3s, those guys were making plays.
Yeah, special teams. You had Max with the 43-yarder.
Well, that was huge.
That was another punt return.
Another one.
Back-to-back weeks. That goes back to just how many ways that we can hurt you. We had an interception return for a touchdown, a punt return.
Thomas that was first-team defense against Benton. That wasn't even a return.
Exactly.
He goes one way, and there goes Benton, and then all of a sudden he reverses, and it's like there's like a bunch of lookout blocks, wall, and that wasn't even a part of it.
No,
that was Thomas just feeling it.
Yeah,
just feeling it, being a senior, and then same thing. You've been calling him like this guy's on special teams. You're gonna why he is gonna be real good. He's good now. Isaiah he's got real good.
Mm-hmm. That first and second tackle, he makes miss a lot of times.
He does,
and then he's got great.
Or he
vision
runs through it. He ran through it. He's run through a couple tackles.
He did. Is that his second or third punt return? I think it's his second.
The second
this year.
But has other plus punt returns.
Oh yeah, really, really good. But yeah, the kickoff team continues to be. They almost like they set
inside
the 20, man.
It's almost like they set the tone for
That's
the whole
so hard.
thing.
We talk about all the time, but driving the football 80 yards, that's not easy to do.
On this defense,
it's not easy to do.
Yeah.
So if you can continue to do that, and they've been doing it all year, it makes life rough for offenses.
How good was the 2-minute offense we ran at the end of half, and then Max Walker comes out with 3 seconds and blows a 43-yarder in inclement weather. That was rainy. It was rainy. It was slippery, and he goes out and blows a 43-yard field goal to go up 31-0 at half. How good was that execution? Timeouts. Casey just nailed. It just doesn't get. It's textbook. Take that to the state coaches convention, Casey Moeller, and put that in your pipe and smoke it. Then you got a guy delivering 43-yard field goals. There's not many guys in the state of Division 5 that can do that under that duress.
And then smack you on defense to come around the next series.
And then, by the way, 0-1 trap. Ooh, boy.
Yeah, that's right.
So you're right. We spent 38 minutes and 47 seconds, and you got 38 more minutes to talk about this team, the way they're playing, and these players.
Yeah.
Let's take a break here on the Crossbuck Construction podcast, and we'll look a little bit at Lewistown Indian Lake, and maybe talk a little bit about something happening over in the East that could be a pretty good game in Division 5 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Crossbuck Construction Company, providing exceptional quality for our clients for over 20 years. Call 419-966-9341 for details. Demolition. We handle the tough stuff so you don't have to. Our demolition service is all about safety and efficiency. Whether it's old concrete, asphalt, or structures, we've got the tools and the skills to clear the way for your new projects. Hauling services. You have debris? We'll take it away. Our hauling service with our dump trucks are ready to remove and transport materials from your site, making your construction or cleanup projects hassle-free. Residential concrete. Your home deserves the best. We provide top-notch concrete services for driveways, sidewalks, patios, and more. Expect a perfect finish every time, adding value and curb appeal to your home. Commercial concrete, strong foundations for your business. Our commercial concrete services are tailored for durability and precision. From large foundations to flat work, we ensure your commercial space stands on solid ground. Excavating and site prep, digging done right. Our excavating services are all about precision and care, whether it's for foundations, landscaping, or drainage installations. We ensure your ground is prepared perfectly for what's next. Drainage solutions. Keep water away the right way. Our drainage solutions are designed to protect your property from water damage. We assess, plan, and implement effective drainage systems, ensuring long dryness. Here's some of our Crossbuck construction statistics. 55 years of experience, 1,216 yards of concrete poured, and over 3,000 tons of material moved. Call Crossbuck Construction at 419-966-9341 for details, or go to CrossbuckCO to get a free quote.
Welcome back to the Crossbuck Construction podcast with Jeremy and Jigs Babcock. And I spent 38 minutes and we missed a whole bunch of stuff there about Liberty Center. And we're such a homer broadcast, aren't we?
We are.
You're a homer.
That's right.
You're a
It's okay.
homer. I am such a homer.
And we own it and we love it.
That's right.
I was moving some clothes the other day from summer to winter. There's orange and there's black and there's gray and there's orange and there's black. And then
you're a big orange, black, gray.
I am. I'm all of it. And then I kind of mix it up.
You're mad at me because this has got green on it. I know. But
turn it inside out.
I know.
Turn it inside out. And so then I said, this is different. This has got black and orange in it. And this is different. It's got white with some orange. So like I step outside my comfort zone when there's like 3-color combination of white, orange, and black. But so anybody listening to us outside of Liberty Center probably hates us, turn us off. But it's
okay.
Mark Blyer and I had a vision many years ago, about what do we want to be? What does LC Tiger Sports want to be? Do you want to be Black Swamp? They're so good, covering so many teams. You want to be NWO and all what they're doing over there in the GM. What do you want to do? You want to cover this? You want to be Michigan, Ohio State? All we want to do is Liberty Center. For the hour that we're in here, all we're going to do is Liberty Center. For the 2 hours we cover the game, and then we're going to go home. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on anything else. And so I've been asked, and I know that we've had our basketball guys, you've been asked to do other broadcasts, come over and do the Tenora Edgerton game. And you're like, okay. And then you go there, and it's like, there's not a lot. You did a good job, you and Chris Youngie, but not a lot of juice. Not a lot of juice there. Right. All the juice is kind of
like
here, and we take these off tonight, and we enjoy Thanksgiving. So, Lewistown Indian Lake is a team that plays in a 6-team conference. They're 11-2. We don't have a lot of common opponents, but we do have like area baseline opponents like Lima Bath, and they played them early, and Lima Bath absolutely destroyed them 50-21. But that was early.
Yeah.
I don't know how good they were playing early. When you watch that film, they didn't do a lot early. You talked about it, Jigs. London, they like to run it.
Yeah.
And we talked about, you go to a Liberty Center practice, you see chutes, and you see 7-man sleds, and you see, running boards, and you go uphill, and you do some things that just of the 50s and 60s type stuff. London does more of that. We come out of stances, we drive, we stay low, we're not area blockers, and all that area blocking's fine. They really struggled with London, lost that 44-14.
Right.
And they've been in some good games in the second half of the season. They've won them all. So they're kind of on a roll. This was their first, we're in our 11th state Final Four. This is their first. John Rapp, I think, is an Indian Lake guy. He's been there his whole life. He's a teacher there, history teacher. I think this is his 5th season. tons of enthusiasm behind the program.
Yeah.
They're very excited down. This is a very kind of reminds you of the 1980 Liberty Center team.
Is this the first? Is this their first?
First ever.
Wow.
So this is big.
Yeah.
I remember the 80 team, big, and this whole town just
Yeah.
all that enthusiasm really started in 80. We cataloged that with Mike Vickers, but don't know a lot about them. You know, they're on Indian Lake. If you know anything about that, they're about 40 minutes from Lima. I think it's southwest, right?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
kind of
it
ish,
is.
right?
Southwest.
WBL area, a little bit down there, MAC area, but it's a little more west and north of that a little bit. But good football team. I like their quarterback. He's the kind of their entire thing. This Brady Galladay, 6'2", 215. He's the whole shoot and caboodle. We'll break him down in a minute. Noah Shirk is their running back. Looks a lot like a guy that could run for Liberty Center. He's got 1,200 yards, 19 touchdowns last week, 4 TDs, and a $187.
Mm-hmm.
Elusive, runs hard. We got 2 really capable wide receivers. This, Brady Reisinger, or is it Brody or Brady? Brady. He's the player of the year in that conference. Big play receiver, 1,000 yards, 14 TDs, big-time target. And they got an alternative target in this Colin Bendler, who also had 7 TDs and 406 yards receiving. It's a good football team. This team scores points. They score 30 points a game, plus or minus. But I think the whole story here, it starts and stops with the quarterback jigs. I mean, it's a big dude. He can run it. Quick release, a lot of comfort. He's a junior. He's a good football player.
Yeah, he is. He's a big kid.
He
6'2",
is.
215.
He is.
There's a lot of designed runs for him up the middle.
Oh, yeah.
He's a guy that's not afraid to get in there and
Be
run
physical.
up the middle.
Be physical.
We saw last week, a couple slides and not.
Mm-mm.
That's not this guy.
And you wanted more from that quarterback. You thought,
Yeah,
he could have been a weapon. But
Yeah, he could have. Yeah.
had a lot of opportunities.
He
But
did.
there's a guy there in
Yeah.
the middle, number 50, that just
No.
that's a guy that's toll booth.
You're paying.
Mr.
You
Mr.
pass
Mr.
by
Mr.
here, you
Walker
pay.
was. Come on in. Come on over here. I think I'll get down. Thank you. I think I'll get down on that one. Thank you, Mr. 50.
But no, he's a good-looking athlete. I like the way he runs it.
Yep,
You mentioned his quick release. He does. I mean, he can really snap that
he
thing.
does.
In the pass game, it's kind of a short and
It is.
controlled pass game.
It is.
A lot of just 5-yard hooks, quick slants, just
Hash.
get the ball and get
Hash. Go.
it out. And I think when you look at Liberty Center and you're trying to attack this defense, do I see Indian Lake sustaining run? No, I don't see that happening. So what's the next best? You want to chuck it deep. That's not very high percentage either against
Right.
this defense. So a short, controlled passing game, I think, is something that you could look to and have some success. Get on first and 10, get a 5-yard pass play, then you got something where you can run the football. When you're behind the sticks against Liberty Center defense, you just cannot win there consistently. So the short passing game is interesting to me. I think they could have some success with it, and I like 21. He's a good-looking receiver. I like 24. The Bendler kid as well. Galladay will throw it in some traffic now. He wants to. He's going to fit it in there. So,
Maybe some opportunities there. Huh?
maybe some opportunities where he's going to put in harm's way. And once again, I go back to everybody comes in and they want to try to run the football, and then you just get to the point where you're like, okay, we're not going to do that. So you kind of abandon, and then you have to throw it up 30 times, and it's just inevitable to put it in harm's way. With our defense, we're going to pick you off, and we're going to turn into points right away.
That's kind of what I saw too. I don't see this team consistently running the ball on this defense. I don't think Indian Lake, I don't think they really want to chuck it deep either.
No.
I think they're thinking, well, if we can dink and dunk it down the field and get 5, we're okay with it.
Yep.
And I think that's probably going to be the game plan they go with.
Now, I do like the Shirk kid, Noah Shirk. He is really quick. So, straight out of the backfield, run up the middle, I don't know that's going to work. They'll do some tosses with him. I could see them trying to get him on the outside more, let him use some of his athleticism and shake to kind of get loose. But they do got a big line. I mean, their line's pretty big.
It is.
And they've run the ball on a lot of teams this year.
6'1", 240 average. 3 sophomores, a senior and a junior. 3 sophomores. First 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, we just talked about it 25 minutes ago. man, it's just so good to have seniors that have been in this thing, and of course Kellen Weimer, who's just a stud. His hand, I mean, just sophomores. This is a little different, different thing where they're about ready to get into,
Right.
and maybe they'll be good because I'm with you. I think that size is very interesting. They've got good size up front, but they're not big dry blockers.
Right.
They want to get in your way, kind of area plus a little bit, you know.
And that is not.
That's not been good.
It hasn't.
No. 21. What's his stats? How big is he?
6'2", 190.
Mm-hmm.
He looks all of that.
Yeah.
And he's physical. I can see him being a
But
threat
he's
down the field.
We've seen these alpha receivers. We've had them like week after week.
We have.
Oak Harbor maybe not, but Archbold, he was good.
Yeah.
What, 12? Was it 12 or 10?
12.
And you had Liberty Benton, and he got number 50. Just
Yeah.
that's
I think
what that happened to him.
And Magnone didn't do much last week.
Magnone, I was waiting for him to get.
He
They threw it up a couple times, and there was no. That was it.
I see. I would compare this kid to Magnone. Maybe not quite as.
50-50 ballish.
Yeah.
This kid's probably a little quicker. I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. I mean, he could be dangerous, I guess,
Yeah.
if they wanted to use
Well, he's
him
the player
somehow.
of the year in their conference offensively. His numbers are gaudy, and he's at 81 targets. We say this team wants to run. This Indian Lake team wants to run. I don't know. I mean, they've thrown for 2,300 yards and 22 touchdowns or something like that. I mean, that's a lot of passing yards.
Yeah.
It's more than what we've
Yeah.
thrown for. Of course, we're not playing a full 4 quarters, but I think this Risinger kid's
He's
a weapon.
Yeah, he is. It's something we got to watch.
And I think this Galladay quarterback, this Brady Galladay's got a quick release. We have seen our defensive line, especially Weimer and Spangler, tip a lot of balls in these shorter quarterbacks. This guy stands above that at 6'2 plus. He stands above that, and he's physical. He does not get spooked a lot in that pocket where he's got a lot of. When you're that big, you're big as your offensive line, you have a tendency to stand in there, and I do think his quick release is legitimate. The problem that they're going to face, I think, is our defense, and we've said this. I think we've given up, 832 rushing yards all year or something silly like that. We've given up 64 points. And this is even with second, third, and fourth team coming in
Right.
second half of third quarter, man.
Yeah.
What's happening if we're playing Liberty Bent played starters almost the entire game.
Yep.
Would anybody score again? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but 64 points in 14 games or 13 games with the bye. I just don't know, Jigs, what you say about that. I think Oak Harbor, Liberty Benton, and Genoa, they were averaging 38.2 points a game before Liberty Center. They scored a combined 16 points.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Right.
It
I know.
really-
I mean, that's not even an analysis. That's just
Well, that's
what
kind
I
of
got 7 pages here. I can wrap this up and put it away.
And
Maybe there's a team out there that is going to come light us up. There probably is. There's always a bigger bear.
Well, there's one left that could,
Yeah,
but we ain't seen it yet.
I haven't seen a lot of that, and I think
No.
this defense is that good, Jigs.
Yeah, they are that good, and that's why you get back to when I watch film. I within the first game I watched, I'm like, okay, I can see where we would potentially have problems, and it's just you better have multiple problems if you're gonna stress Liberty Center's defense. You better have a couple running backs and probably 2 guys on the outside and a quarterback that can really throw it, or you're probably just not going to stress us too much.
Yeah, that's a pretty good summary there.
Well, they're from Region 20. They've been number 1 in that region. They've earned it. They're here. They won a thriller last week, and this is a team that has got to be very excited. They're going to play in a lot of
Yes.
energy.
Yeah.
You know how this stuff kind of goes. They don't know. Sometimes you go into these games, you just don't know, and hey, we're just going to play some football. We're excited. So I don't know. There could be a reverse kind of mentality here.
And remember,
They could be thinking
when we
about
had
it.
the first 2 drives against Genoa, it did not look good for
They
us.
did not.
We had a
Yeah.
fumble, then we fumbled on the fourth
Bunch
down
of
play.
some snaps, fumble on the snaps.
Those things can happen. Like if that
Yeah.
happens, you turn it over a couple of times, give a touchdown.
Get some
we
momentum swings.
We think we know what should happen, but then you still got to play the
We
game.
just got to make it happen.
Yeah.
You still
I
gotta
also
play the
think one other thing, and then we'll finish up with a little region. I think it was a 19 and 20 or something like that. It's got a good game going in the East, but their kicking game is good.
Yeah.
I like their kicking game. I think their punter, field goal kicker, guy kicks off. He's a weapon. They can make field goals. They can kick make us drive the ball. he outkicks his coverage sometimes. He's
Yeah.
pretty good at it. So you got a team that hasn't had a lot of experience at this level. You get some sophomores up front, and they're about ready to tangle with some pretty bad hombres. They have some players though, and I think this quarterback's very interesting. If he has a great night, Liberty we could see some stress, but kind of excited that they play a 4-2-5. They're giving up 20 points a game, and if you look at the toughest games, I was like, take out the easy games. Let's just focus on the tough games. Genoa, I kind of found some sub kind of stats that kind of said, they were giving up like 31 in the big games. This group does that too.
Right.
You cut away some of the fat and you look at just the core tough. They're giving up 28, 29. All bets are off. Got to play it. I think the weather could be borderline inclement, which I think would benefit us.
It would.
But the snaps and some of the cleanup, there
Sure.
was some of that imperfection. But I think Liberty goes into this game feeling like a team that can be dominant over this Indian Lake team. But again, anxious to see it. We'll talk briefly here about the game to the east, a Wheelersburg team that looks really good. And you guys, we've started to watch a little bit of that just as a fan, right? Talk about that game a little bit and some things you're liking to see in that game.
Yeah.
Mooney looks good all year long, and I think that you start watching Wheelersburg, and Jeremy, you said they kind of look a little bit like us, well coached.
Yeah.
You can't get to a state. If you can get by this game, you don't get to a state final and play a patsy. This is not what this is going to be.
Yeah.
Talk about that game a little bit.
No, I think it's going to be a great game. Mooney's, they got weapons all over the place. A couple running backs, receiver, quarterback, pretty good.
A couple nasty linemen that can really get to it.
They got some big guys up front. I mean, they're big. They're big up front. Guys that can get loose in the special teams, kickoff, punt.
Big play guys.
They're pretty nasty in defense.
Explosive play guys.
Yes, they're pretty nasty on defense. They really fly to the football. Saw some really big hits on film. So they're a complete football team. And Wheelersburg, they're pretty nasty too. They kind of, when I watch them on defense, they kind of look like us, just swarm to the football, just nothing going on in the run game against opposing teams. And I think they have good balance. Got a really good running back and quarterback that throws it pretty well, and they got some weapons on the outside. So I think that's going to be a dandy.
Did you watch any of the Wheelersburg Ironton film?
I did not see
a little bit
on YouTube. Was that at Wheelersburg? Okay. Did you make any observations there?
I didn't.
I'll tell you what I saw.
Ironton didn't look the same to me. So I was kind of looking at Ironton, like trying to base my whole Ironton outlook going into that little bit of film I saw.
So a couple things I noticed, not like specifically to the play on the field, is the facility is top notch.
Yep, they care a lot about it. They care a lot about it.
They got a giant building in the end zone that somebody donated, and it's like really nice. Their stands, both sides, are as big as our home, and there wasn't a seat to be found. The culture down there is really good.
Oh yeah.
This is a team. This is an area of the state that loves football, and Wheelersburg is a lot like Liberty Center. I don't know, but I think I know, and they're a really good, complete team. They don't, from what I saw, they don't have the athletes that Mooney does quite, but every single player,
the single people that are explosive weapons that Mooney has, they've got more of a team. Yeah.
Yes, but just like from a team standpoint, Wheelersburg is the real deal, and Mooney is for sure the real deal. Mooney scares me a little more, but Wheelersburg is like good team.
Could be
very good team.
Yeah, I mean, Ken, you got to play a game this week, Liberty Center, and I don't think Casey Muller's thinking anything about those dudes. I don't think he even cares 1 ounce, because if you don't give this game its full attention, we have historically lost games like this over the last 40, 50 years, and that's not something Casey's doing a lot of. I think he stands at 104 and 16. That's a lot of winner. That's a lot of winning percentage. And that's a guy that's, Mark has him a little bit. I've had him for a few years. It's like a Nick Saban thing. He's kind of irritated about it, not all that satisfied, and not looking ahead. That's kind of what this looks like to me, Jigs. This Liberty Center team doesn't look like we're thinking about the state final here.
Never.
I don't hear him talk about it. Baxter Barrett comes home from Eric Weimer's meetings. It's all they're doing is talking about Indian Lake. There's who is Wheelersburg? I don't know. They don't know. They don't care.
Yeah.
I love that focus, by the way.
That's great.
I think that has been Casey Muller's single biggest achievement here. Has been every game gets his full attention. There's no game forward. It's always the game, and he's got to hand it to the staff. They've done a great job. Liberty Center heads into a state semifinal this week. Lima Senior Stadium. The weather could start to look a little inclement. I think
Bring the parka, baby.
Parka maybe, and so we're not talking Ohio State, Michigan, because Ohio State looks pretty good, but if this weather starts to slip a little bit, Buckeye fans, oh boy, up in Ann Arbor with the weather, but we'll let that be. We'll let that be what it's going to be on Saturday. But really appreciate Nate Leidy and the Crossbuck group, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. You guys are a big family group. I'm sure you're going to have a great day tomorrow and just enjoying each other's company, and anxious to see Friday. Hopefully Spike Whitman, Mark, I don't know what we're on Spike Whitman watch. He's trying to recover. He's got himself in some incubator, maybe in a hydraulic or hyperbolic chamber to get himself ready to make the call. So we're not quite sure what that looks like, but enjoy a great Thanksgiving, and Liberty Center football looking as good as ever, guys. So very good.